Hello there. Um, I'll apologize right off the bat. It's that time of year in Colorado where we can end up with all four seasons in one day. So naturally, I get like a mild sinus infection, and my body is now on the let's see how much snot we can produce phase. So if I sound a little funny and I start coughing, I apologize. But I did want to do this review on my new Force Effects Elite lightsaber here, the Rey Skywalker, and I'll take a quick look at the box. I've really been excited to get this. I mean, say what you want about the movies, that's not really what I'm about, but I definitely like this saber, mainly because it's the only live-action canon yellow lightsaber we've got right now. And I just like the look. I mean, it's just really kind of cool. And but let's take a look at the box here. So that nice picture of Rey there. Then you've got this stuff here, which is showing you the different action features. There's like the deflection, clash, and then there's also like the burn-in, like that's on the other two Elite lightsabers I have, the Revan and the Darksaber. So here's the back. And it's definitely got some neat features. I really like this. So, yeah. And really the only other thing is the bottom is legalese. And there's nothing really on the sides. All right. So that's pretty much it for the packaging. So let's get it out and we'll take a closer look. Okay, so here it is out of the package, and I got to admit, they really did a great job on this one. It really looks like the on-screen prop. Let me just take it off. First off, I'm going to put it this side. You get this nice little stand. That's with all the other ones. This is, it's a metal stand, and then this is plastic. And this is also plastic, but it clicks onto it. But it's a nice little stand. Even though I don't really use them, I do like them. So let me just edge it back just a little bit there. Let's take a look at the saber itself. So I'll start here. It does take 3 AA batteries, and here, take it from the back here, and it's just this here, and it just slides in. It doesn't twist like that's obviously we're saying, but I mean even look here. There's weathering on the threads, and that's kind of neat. I like that the details they put into this. And so it goes there. Then you have here's the little belt clip for it. It's a little different. And the thing is I thought it would stick out a little bit more when I look at the pictures on Hasbro Pulse, but actually it's pretty nondescript. It's pretty easy to overlook, so that's kind of nice. And then you have the wrappings here. It's kind of like a denim material. It's got a lot of little strings, but I think they'll come off over time. And they say like the more you play with it, the more it the more you manipulate it, the more weathered it'll look. So I really like the cloth. I mean, it's a really nice touch. I mean, they could have done it with like a molded plastic kind of thing, but they didn't. So that's kind of nice. And then you have, this is the activation button here for different effects, which I'll show in a bit. Then you have here, this is the switch here. Now this is one thing, this is kind of neat. Unlike, if you look at I really almost last time we were at Galaxy's Edge got the legacy version of the saber, but the problem was to turn it activation for it was a little switch here, and it just I don't know, it just kind of bugged me that they did that. And then Hasbro came out with this one, and the switch is right here. So and this is kind of fun if you've had Savi's lightsaber, is if you can hear that. It has like a misfire sound with the blade not in. So that's kind of cool. And again, I mean, just a lot of cool weathering. The fact that, like I said, the activator, I love how they kind of hit it. And it just looks like a screw, which, yes, they have flathead screws in the Star Wars universe. And then here is the emitter. And I was a little worried because these are plastic, these little parts here, but they don't look too bad, honestly. I mean, it looks pretty good. And it does come, here, let me put this over here. It does come with a blade. It's a like 32 inch blade, so it's pretty standard to a Black Series or a Master Replica Force Effects blade length. a little, I will say this is kind of a bummer. It is a little short for my liking. It doesn't look bad. Like if you look at like my Obi-Wan Force Effects, that's from Master Replicas, or my Darth Maul double bladed saber. It's not horrible, but like anything with like a removable blade, like my Legacy Darth Vader stuff, I got the longer blades that they have at Don Condor's for those, and I like them better just for holding wise for me because I'm about 6 foot tall, and but this is the edge that goes in there, and this one's clear, and it's not like Asabi's Hill, other than it goes in and twists, but it's just a plastic, so there is no interchangeable blades. They really only work with the blade they come with. Like I can't use my Revan blade in here, and obviously the Darksaber is not going to work, but that's fine. I'm okay with that. And it's kind of neat how to put this blade in. If I'll keep it from rolling all over the place here. But let's see. What you do is you take this part off. And again, look at there's weathering on the screw point. This part you're not going to see, and then you can't really see anything in there. But it's just basically, there's just the electronic pins at the bottom. But this here is the way you put it is, actually I'm not going to do that. That's just, well, you put the blade through and it pops these up like that. And, but I'll put this in. Let's see. It only goes in one way because there's like these little plastic notches. If you can see it there, there's a fat one and a thin one, and they just go in, and it twists in like that. And then this goes over the top, just kind of like the Revan saber. There's that black ring, and there we go. So I will take it over someplace where you can actually. One thing that I really like about this is the ignition sequence on it. I will show that in a minute, and along with just because the way they do this as opposed to say like the Legacy version, this one is more movie accurate, not just the switch but the ignition sequence itself. And so we'll take a look at that in just a second. Okay, so here I've got the blade in. We're in front of my little test mat here. Thank you, Han. And so one thing I was talking about was the ignition sequence here. I'll do a little picture-in-picture here, and you can see how Rey does her ignition sequence here. Okay, and so now let's take a look at how this one works. So you get that blue. You also get the light in here, which is really cool. I can't really tell. I'll try this again in a second with the lights lower, but we'll just go through the features here. For me, if you're comparing it to the movie, this is maybe just a tad too yellow. Maybe it's just slightly more orange. It's hard to tell the way this camera's working right now. But I'll try it again with the lower light in a second. But let's see here. Like I said, you have the activation button here. Well, there's it's got the sounds here, and then you got the clash where the whole blade flashes. But then there's also, if you just press this button, press and release quick, you get like a laser, like a blaster bolt deflection. Let's see if we see anything on the blade here. Okay, and then if you press and hold, you get the cutting. So it's like, so, and then this is how it deactivates. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. I like the sounds for it. Let me put this down here for a second. Let me turn the lights down a little bit. A little lower light. Let's try it again. Maybe we'll see something a little bit better here. So here comes the ignition. I just love how it flashes blue. And all right, so here's a clash. All right, and here's the blaster bolt deflection. the cutting. Like I said, I don't know if the camera's picking this up. It is really kind of a cool feature, and I do like it. And, yeah, so... And that should pretty much do it for this one. Alright, so... again, thanks a lot for watching. If you're already subscribed, thank you so much. I do appreciate it. If you're not subscribed and you've made it this far, please consider subscribing if you like what I do here. I definitely have a pretty diverse collection. I like to show it off, and I like to help other collectors too, with at least just information. So, made it this far. Also, please leave a like. Comment below. Do you like this one? Honestly, if you're somebody who has the legacy version from Galaxy's Edge, or if you have one from a third-party vendor, what do you think this one compares to it? I would love to hear what you think about it, and I would love to hear, like I said, your comments. So please comment below, and again, thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate all of you, and until next time, may the Force be with you.
Remember, the Force will be with you always. The Force will be with you.